I was curious, so I started watching everything from the window. A car arrived and stopped in front of the mansion. An elderly couple stepped out of the vehicle. I was shocked to realize they looked much like Mr. and Mrs. Wilson. I looked closely. It was definitely them, but this wasn't possible. They looked like they were in their 30s the day I met them. Now they looked around 60 or 70. My knees were shaking. I closed the curtain in fear. I began to wait anxiously. Around midnight, my door opened. 2 guards told me they needed to take me to the hospital. I went with them because I trusted Margaret. They took me to a room. There were 3 chairs inside. Old Mr. Wilson sat on one side and old Mrs. Wilson on the other. They never looked at me. I was so scared my mouth was dry. The nurse sat me down on a chair. She tied me up with 2 hoses on both arms as if she would connect me to an IV. She connected one of the hoses to Mr. Wilson and the other to Mrs. Wilson. At that moment, I realized that they were going to transfer something from me to them. I panicked. "What are you going to do to me? Leave me alone!" I yelled. Meanwhile, one of the doctors gave me an injection.